College basketball action. We're welcoming back Joe Gavazzi, and Joe is just doing what he does best, and that's being consistent. 11-4 in his last 15 SBR pick videos for NBA and college basketball combined. So obviously, Joe, the hat's off. I know you're the believer of not looking in the rearview mirror, but I do want to bring to light, it's important to know the one loss was by one bucket last night, so we were that close to being 3-0. So thank you for your production for our viewers. St. Mary's, all right, this is interesting. At home, -3.5 against Gonzaga. Now, for me, just to see Gonzaga getting points against anybody, it catches my, my interest. But the St. Mary's team, Joe, all right, they're 15-2 on the year, but they lost all 5 starters from last year. So obviously there's some good coaching going on. Is there a strength of schedule in there that might say, wait a minute, maybe they're overvalued and overrated at this time? Or do you feel they have the advantage on their home court, -3.5 against Gonzaga tonight?
This is a true example of perception reality in college basketball in a game where the Zags and the Gales annually battle for WCC superiority. Of course, Zags nearly always getting the better of it against St. Mary's. Tonight, Gonzaga travels to Moraga to take on St. Mary's McKean Pavilion, a venue that is very, very tough for any visitor to win. In fact, St. Mary's a perfect 13-0 straight up there this year, many of the victories by double digits easily. And as you point out, not quite as rough a schedule as the Zags usually face, but Randy Bennett, an outstanding coach and perhaps doing his best work this year. Before we speak about him, let's take a look at the Zags for a moment. Plenty of preseason hype with that massive front line of Sabonis, Wiltshire, and Karnofsky. Although the big guy now gone for the year with the back injury, and that's a major loss to the Zags up front. More importantly than that, though, viewers, Pangos and Bell are gone for Gonzaga, and their replacements are not anywhere near up to par with what that veteran duo was in the backcourt last year. And that's where Gonzaga has really been hurt. There have already been even 3 losses on the strong home court of the Dog Pound, including to UCLA and Arizona of the Pac-12. Zags, quite simply, are not the same team they have been in recent years. That's what the perception is among savvy Gonzaga viewers. However, the real story here is Randy Bennett, taking as you point out, Mike, no returning starters from last year's team, getting a blue-collar work ethic, Australian imports, and turning it into the most improved team in college basketball. I like St. Mary's at home. You can be sure the place will be rocking. They're one of our brats, and brats now 9-6 for the year. If you haven't read that article, guys, please do so. It's available on the site, the 25 Brats of College Basketball, who offer balance, rebounding, assists, and turnovers. I like St. Mary's to get it done. If the stats were the opposite for the year and Gonzaga was at home, Gonzaga would probably be a 10-point favorite. That's how much value there is in this line tonight. Take St. Mary's for a comfortable win.
Yeah, Joe, I like that breakdown also because, a lot of people don't know that loss of the big man for Gonzaga, that's definitely had an impact and will continue to have an impact, and them not being able to replace their backcourt as well. Randy Bennett's done a fantastic job, and the reason I don't have any problem believing in this team because, people say, oh, they have 5 new starters. Well, look back in the day when Michigan had the Fab Five, all right? They just got it done, and it wasn't a fluke. Turned out to be some raw talent that knew how to gel together. So I like that analogy with this St. Mary's. And also Gonzaga, I know a friend of mine pointed out, hey, they've won 7 out of 7 against this team. ATS and 8 straight up. Well, that record's got to stop somewhere also. And guess what? Tonight looks like a good spot. I like this as well. So, all right, thanks a lot, Joe. And viewers, you heard it out there. Take St. Mary's with confidence, minus the 3.5. Gonzaga doesn't has what it takes on St. Mary's home court to get it done. Cash another ticket with Joe Gavazzi because that's the direction this one's going. Joe, thanks a lot for everything. We look forward to talking to you again real soon.